It has never always been so easy. It's not even that easy now. Everybody thinks this just comes so natural, that it's just like overnight success or overnight talent, and it's just like, this is a thing that's built inside of you. It's not. It's so far from that. At the beginning, oh my gosh, I remember making my first video just me sitting by myself in a room alone, not trying to like deflect from the camera by putting my friends in front of it or making it about someone else, but putting me on camera. And I remember being so freaking awkward. One of the first ones I remember, it was a video response that I wanted to send. Back in the day, YouTube had those video responses where you could reply to somebody's video with a video, and if the creator approved it, they would allow it to kind of show up so that their viewers could see those responses. And I was going to send a video response to Philip DeFranco, somebody that I highly respect on YouTube, has taught me a lot about how to make education fun here. I remember sitting on my couch in my living room, and I turned the camera on and I went back and checked it again, and like sat on the couch and record and checked it again and all these things, because I didn't have like the screen that's gonna help me make sure that I'm in frame. But I was really just doing it to like not have to hurry up and film. I was just like procrastinating. But I finally started to film this video response, and I just felt gross. Even though I knew exactly why I was making the video, I think I was just doing it to get outside of my box. I didn't have like a real purpose for making the response. I just thought, wouldn't it be cool if this got seen by him, and so I'll make this. And I remember sitting on that couch and just feeling gross. It was awful. Talking to a camera is not natural. Talking to a person is natural. You talk to people all the time. You don't really have a choice. You are conditioned to talk to people because they come into your life all the time, and they might look at you and say something, in which case you gotta say something back. But talking to a camera is not the same thing. The camera doesn't talk back. The camera's just gonna sit there and stare at you. And it's weird. And you're like, oh my God, am I still doing this? I'm still talking to this camera that's not talking back to me. It's awkward. It's awkward because you're not conditioned to talk to the camera. I mean, the youth of today might be a different story, but when I was brought up, my mom was taking pictures of me. Maybe there was some video, but it was meant to be in the moment, not for me to talk to it. There was never any conditioning to talk to the camera. So for anyone to think that this is just supposed to come natural to them, that it's just supposed to be a personality trait, that I was born with this, that you need to be born with this, it's just not true. It's ridiculous. I just spoke at Inbound last week, and if you listen to Social Authority podcast, you heard this question that somebody asked me, and they said, I'm not fun, but I still want to make video, and I don't really care about all this fun stuff on YouTube. My company is not fun, and I am not fun. Look, I am wearing a suit and I have glasses on. And I was looking at him like, you're putting on a show. You have an audience. It's easier for you now to do that because you can see faces. I have to do the same thing right now. I have to put on a show, whether anyone is looking at me in real time or not. So even though somebody might consider themselves to be very serious in that moment, they might try to play it off and be cool and conform to their environment, the context of what's happening, and that's all that video is. What's the context of where this video is? Why does it matter to people? And how do you deliver that message so that people actually listen to it? That's all this is. That's it. And if you think it's just natural, if you want to be fun and you're not quite there yet, or you just want to be able to look at a lens like it's a person and be able to take your video seriously when it's over, that takes practice. I am an introvert. Talking to people is practice for me too. So there are people that is the case, and you might be the person that's not the case, but talking to a camera feels ridiculous to you because of how natural it is for you to talk to people. You're still talking to people. That's all we're doing. We're just talking here. I'm just telling you what's up. I'm just telling you you can be you. I'm just telling you to break out a camera and allow yourself to scale you being you. It's worth it. It's totally worth it. It's not easy, but every time you sit down, every time somebody gets in front of that camera and has to deliver the message of what you do or who you are, that person, they will get better over time. But that takes hitting the publish button. That takes getting that video out there. You can't just practice and delete which is what I did with that video response for Philip DeFranco, because I felt so awkward. But I regret that, and I tried again. The next time I tried to do a video response, I did it for Toby Turner. He used to do this really funny thing where he would put his cell phone somewhere random, like in a bush or in a trash can. And that's how he would start all of his videos. He would pull the camera out of the trash can and say, "Audience, what are you doing in the trash can?" And that's how he would start his videos, and it was so much fun. So I knew that if I was gonna get my response seen, I had to do something interesting with my camera if I wanted to get introduced to Toby. And so I stuck my video camera under the bed, and I was like, "Toby? Toby, what are you doing underneath my bed? That's a little creepy. We're supposed to be meeting for the first time and you're hiding underneath my bed. It's kind of weird. Maybe we should go in the living room and make this less awkward." And that's how I did my video response. I published it, and I added it back in the day when we were able to do video responses to videos. I added it to a video response to one of Toby's videos, and he approved it. And the next morning, I woke up to more comments and subscribers than I had ever seen at that point in time. Context, talking to people. It's not just about being a fun person. It's about being a part of an environment and not ignoring the way people want to be communicated to. That's it. So easy. That's the easy part. You do that in real life. We're just adding a camera to the mix. I hope this was helpful. I know that there are a lot of you struggling out there with this concept of talking to a camera, and I get it. Please understand. Go back and watch the Schmittastic channel. There were days in the early videos where I was really struggling, but I kept conditioning myself. Also, if you're working on video, I want to give you the heads up that I finally have announced the name of my book and when it will be coming out. I'm not sure if you've heard. There are some people on my book squad list that got the heads up and were actually able to chime in on what we were going to name the book, which was awesome. Yeah, so finally January 31st, 2017 is when my first book will be out. It is called Vlog Like a Boss: How to Kill It Online with Video Blogging. So I'm really excited to finally share that with you guys. We're working on editing the book right now and finishing the cover, so all the things, but make sure you stay tuned for that. I want to do something special today because I really hope that you'll come outside of your box and think about making video if you have not already. So all you need to do today is subscribe to this YouTube channel, subscribe for good vibes, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below with the keyword Toby, and say how you've been trying to overcome your fear with video. I will automatically put you into a drawing for a $25 Amazon gift card, and I will award that before my next video on my Twitter. Look, if I got this, you got this. I've just been doing it a little bit longer, potentially. Or if you've been doing it longer, you just haven't been pushing the publish button quite as much as I have. That's it. That's all this is. Go after it. Go after what you want. Cheers.